All right, guys, here we are for our lesson for this week, and we're going to be talking about lighting, and it's a three-point lighting using your key, your accent, and then your backfill. So those are 3 points that we're going to use, and you can do it very affordably and cheaply, and I'm going to show you the different pieces you're going to use right now. Okay, for your backfill, I have this gooseneck lamp that actually has 2 heads. This is something I actually got out of Goodwill, and actually I use it for my desk lamp. Still has the sticker goo on there, but that's what I use. We're going to use that. And then we're going to use a reflector for our second kind of accent fill, and that's on a stand. And then for our main key lighting, I have an LED battery-powered light that I got, and that works great. So those are the 3 things we're going to use. Let's get started. I am here in my studio, and here are our lights again. Now they're all set up on a music stand. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but you could get these clamps at the dollar store for, what, $1? But those do very well. They're very strong, and you can pretty much clamp anything onto anything. So what I have is my LED light right there. That's going to be our focal light. And then we've got a reflector as our second light. And then if you look over here on the couch, I am using a gooseneck lamp that actually I use for my desk, and this has 2 heads on it, so that actually we could use that in a couple of ways. I will show you in just a second. So what we are going to do, we're going to switch now in just a second, and you can tell this lighting is pretty harsh. I've got my iPhone set up right here with Mateo on there, and let's go for it. All right, now we've switched over to the iPhone. Remember, whenever you're using a device, use it in landscape. We're going to frame him in the rule of thirds. So remember, it's a tic-tac-toe design, and you're going to put your subject into one of the cross sections. So there we go. It's going to be in the upper right cross section. And we're going to turn on our key light. And again, that's the main, that's that main light that we have right there. I don't know if you remember me doing that, but I'll put this back into position here. And I'm going to turn that on. And then when we do, we're going to turn off all the lights, other lights, that really do not add and actually take away from the lighting of our interviewees. So I am going to turn on the lights here. Come on, smile. Okay. So actually that is the lighting. That is the lighting, and now I'm going to turn off the fluorescent bulbs in my studio. So this is what we get. Again, this is the key, our main fill. And make sure everything is up. Okay, there we go. And you can see when you light this, it's got some nice contours for his face. You can see on the right side that there's shadowing, accentuating his face, giving the outline and detail of his face. And so now we're going to go over to the reflector. And I'm going to reflect it in a way that it fills out just a little bit more, I think. Because without it, it's pretty dark looking. And then we'll just use it to add a little bit more accent. There we go. Hopefully that will not be in the shot. Ooh, it's it's such cramped quarters here. So there you go. That is light number 2, and this is a 3-point system that we're going to use for lighting an interview. Okay, so now the third one is the one in the back, and that's a gooseneck lamp, and I am going to turn that on. Okay, and let me know what you think of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have it shining up on him, towards him, and you'll see that there might be a little bit of a glow around him, a little bit of separation. So I'm going to turn it off, then turn it on. Look at the difference. Off, on. And I think that really makes a nice difference when you have that. Let me adjust it just a little bit because it's he has moved since then. Okay, good. And with the other, since I told you this was a two-head, two-headed lamp, I'm going to turn on the other one. Too bright. To give a little bit more of a fill back there and a little bit actually more separation. So we've got our three points. Our key coming, that's our main one, coming from that side, camera left, and then we've got a reflector, camera right, and then the ones in the background giving Mateo a little bit of separation. Oh, and Mateo is my son. If I haven't mentioned that, I'm going to move him off to the side just a little bit. And beautiful. And actually you have a well-lit interview. So I'm going to actually run this like we are doing an interview, and let us begin right now. Remember, when you do an interview, you ask the person to include at least part of the question in their answer. So if I say, "What is your name?" you say,
"My name is Mateo."
Okay. Good job. I woke him up and included him in this video, and he's doing a great job. Okay, let's begin the interview. Hi, we are here in Note to Self Music Studios with one of the recording engineers. Could you tell us your name?
My name is Mateo.
Mateo, you have been working at Note to Self Music Studios for quite a while now. What do you do? What is your job?
My job is to keep the equipment working and the instruments in tune.
Working in the studio, you must listen to a lot of music. What is your favorite music? And who are your favorite bands?
My favorite... Okay, hold on.
3 days later. 6.5 hours later.
I do listen to a lot of music, and some of my favorites are Joyce Rice, Joji, and Clairo.
Thank you, Mateo.